You don't know what a coup is? You do.
I know
You
what a
do
coup
so
is.
well in
I
a
just
coup.
I don't know
As long
what
as,
specifically is happening right now.
before I explain to you what's happening, I just want to acknowledge I'm really happy that you are also aware you do well in a coup. I think you do real well in a coup. Here's the problem though: is you would definitely stab some people in the back. Definitely a real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Weirdly,
Yeah.
not Two
I
Faced, more like
and
Scorpion and the Toad style. Kind of like, what did you expect?
yeah. um yeah,
So,
I don't think I'm averse to turning on people.
oh well, this is going to make for a interesting rest of our lives, isn't it? Basically, what's happening in Russia is they had a private military company called the Wagner Group operating in Ukraine, and yesterday that guy was like, "They just opened fire. Russia opened fire on us, and I don't like that. I'm coming to get the
Okay.
Ministry of Defense." And Putin was like, "No, you're not." And currently, he's driving in a column to Moscow as we speak, and there's like footage. He's holding a city in Russia. Woo! Shit's about to
Ooh.
get wild. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to say this. I've never been a big fan of this organization. Like I said, the CIA doing all right, today, boys. Come
They're
on,
doing okay today.
hey, look at that. You know,
You know,
the enemy.
everybody's allowed a good day.
Certainly, even pieces of shit like the goddamn CIA. Now, Ashley, how was your poop? Did you have a good poop? I had a
It was
violent
fine.
poop at 4:30
It
in the
was a
morning.
surprise. It was one of those things where I was like, right, I'll just go pee before we go do the show.
Oh,
And then it was like, oh, hello, I apparently need to go for a poop as well.
such an
So
advantage to being a woman, by the way, because you see, you're sitting down. You're already there. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're at the
oh
grocery
sure. Oh
store.
my god, I never thought
Oh
about
my God,
that.
it's such an advantage because you see
I've
what I have to
never thought
do.
about that. Is that if you're peeing and you realize you
Madam,
also
I've
have to
shit
poop.
myself in that situation. You
I know.
see, yeah, no, understand the advantage. Um,
I mean, it's the only advantage. I feel like we should have a win somewhere.
You also get attacked all the time. That's something. You know what I'm
It's
saying? All that
something.
attention. That's so much.
Yeah.
That's the spin. That's the new misogynist spin. All that attention you get from those fists.
That's the new male comedian spin. I'm so jealous of all the
All
attention
the
you get.
attention you guys are she's getting all that attention because someone kicked her in the face. I wish Jews paid attention to me that way.
We're off to a fun start.
Certainly are. Shall we dispense with the solemn news
The
and then move
thing.
on to fun? Ladies and gentlemen of
I
the
don't want
Troggies,
to.
bad news coming everyone's way. We are, because
No.
we cannot for the life of us
We're
manage.
really bad at this now. We
Well,
started out bad and now we're diabolical. We
I wouldn't
cannot. Our poor
say
Patreons
bad.
are so neglected.
It's not bad. It's that we
It's
are
really bad.
three people that are incredibly busy living in 3 different time zones. And here's the
Yeah.
unfortunate thing, friendos. UTS is coming to an end. Oh no. But first, on July 8th, we will be having an amazing live send off. We are returning to the stream. We're not going out without saying goodbye to the chat. So
Yeah.
July 8th, circle it on your calendars. We're doing one more.
We're doing one more streamed show.
We're not guaranteeing any guests because I think I just want it to be the three of us.
I kind of want it to be the three of us.
So I think it's just going to be that. It's going to be the three of us.
I was going to say the way it started. That's not how it started. We started
was me.
with a buttload.
It will be me. I will be here. Chris will be here. Ashley will be here. July the 8th. I think we're going to be doing it at the traditional streaming time of 10
but
p.m.
not on the traditional streaming day.
But on the first time, not on this traditional streaming day, which I thought was very much on brand for us.
For the very first time, we'll be on a Saturday.
We'll be the very first and last time we'll be on a Saturday. Be there. We'll do something. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll have classical chat. We'll have remembrances. We'll discuss the fact that Duggan will now have had even better, a tattoo for a podcast and stream that doesn't even exist anymore.
Happens. Yeah.
Even better.
Yes. And if there's anything in particular you think you'd like us to revisit or talk about, then that would be quite fun, I think, to drop it into the Discord chat. And we'll try and get around to it. If there's,
And we
I think we should rewatch some of our classic clips. I think we should rewatch.
If you guys can actually, if you have classic clips that you would like reactions to. Speaking of reactions, I had to watch Two Girls, One Cup yesterday for John and Dylan Go Online. And
no.
Fuck. Ashley, have you ever
I've
seen it?
never wanted to watch it.
Don't watch
I
it.
vaguely
Don't
know
need to
what
watch
it's
it.
about, and I have no interest.
You don't need to watch it. It's fucking awful. Not nearly as awful as this stream coming to an end, but this isn't a different thing. I actually am not happy that this is ending what it is. I think that I'm glad we recognize that we have not had time for this in so long,
Yeah.
and because it's just been, but it's so fun. That's the problem.
It's just, I think the only reason it's gone on as long as it has is that we really like talking to each other.
Well, you and me. Chris, of course, has been on the outs for months. Chris is really the Pete Best of this. Ashley and I. Well, I'm John and Paul, and Ashley is George and Ringo, and Chris is Pete Best, and Brian Epstein, which is sad because Brian Epstein kills himself.
Oh dear.
Name the band.
The Beatles?
Oh, thank God. I was really scared you're going to go all Irish and me and go Aslan.
I only knew because of Ringo.
Are you happy that I used the Aslan as the reference, though?
I am.
A hack would have said you too.
I was in Ireland this year.
This year?
This week. This week. For the first time this year.
And what were you doing? Were you doing like the inverse of one of those ferry boat rides that a woman would have to do when Aunt Flo doesn't visit? You see, I'm implying that you went back to Ireland to get an abortion, which would make no sense. Those are the old jokes.
It would make sense because of this is the fucking insane thing about the Irish healthcare system, right?
Ashley, did someone get laid?
Not quite. This is the insane thing about the Irish healthcare system is that abortion was illegal for so long. And then we had to have a huge referendum about it. There was so much debate. There's so much societal discourse and disagreement about it. And now not only is it legal, it is fucking free. It is the only thing on the Irish healthcare system that you can get for free.
I stand by that. I gotta tell you, what a fuck. Also, do you know how fun that is?
Insane.
By the way, are they being referred to as free abortions? Because I feel like that should be.
I don't think most people know that it's free.
Oh, Gary, go down there. Get yourself one of them free abortions. Oh my God, that'd be fucking awesome. You know, I just meet Jerry Adams. I just came down here to this house because I wanted to partake in one of them free abortions. I can still do a good Jerry Adams. I gotta tell you.
You can't though. It's cute that you think you can though.
It's Jerry Adams. I'm just gonna get a free abortion.
I was over to visit.
We were over in Bogside. We wanted to get free abortions. And who was that friend? Was that friend? Jerry Adams. No, go ahead.
I was visiting Jerry Adams. Yeah.
Oh my God, you were.
No. I was visiting a friend of mine who I used to work with, and we haven't seen each other. She had moved to Australia, so I haven't seen her. She's just moved back. I hadn't seen her since pre-pandemic, so it was really nice. And we did lots of culture. We went to the Museum of Literature. We went to see an exhibition on Seamus Heaney.
Okay, back up. The Museum of Literature in Ireland. I don't want to be rude. That is going to be depressed. And here's the stool where James Joyce was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Mostly James Joyce.
Of course, it's mostly James Joyce. Yeah, I'm surprised. Is there a Tommy Tiernan section? Where
no.
We've written down some of our Tommy's jokes. You know what I'm saying?
There should be a Tommy Tiernan section.
There should. See, I gotta tell you. This is why Ireland is the good country, is because you've got like the right quality. Like right now, you've got such quality old man celebrities like Tommy Tiernan. Like, and Lord knows, from my lips to God's ears, thus far has dodged any sort of the dark things that dodge comedians. You never hear anything of that about our Tommy.
Sure.
Most of you just hear like, oh, he used to drink a bit, but he doesn't. And now he just sort of shows up as this lovely talk show, is bald, and just says whimsically philosophical things.
Yeah, he is wonderful. Oh, something you'll really enjoy from Irish news at the moment. Our well spoken about late show host Ryan Tubridy.
I was reading about this morning.
Oh
don't actually think we're not getting to it. I want to hear more about the Literature Museum. Of course, Madam, I actually have notes. It just says bring up Ryan Tubridy. Do you not think that I wasn't aware?
I thought you might have been abreast of the situation. You're obsessed with him. 300,000 euro.
Whoa, Ryan.
Undeclared wages.
So, but what's also crazy is his bosses were also aware of it. This is fucking what the fuck is up?
They were trying to keep it out of the public view because all of these presenters, their wage has to be publicly it's public information.
Oh, because RT is it's like the CBC or the BBC.
It's the national
it's the
broadcaster.
national broadcaster.
And so all of their wages have to be public information, but I think they were trying to pay him more on the sly.
Fuck. Okay.
Well, I don't know if that's actually why this has happened. I haven't read it fully yet, but that's what people think.
That is so. It's like he also like has already come forward and is like kind of like whoopsie doopsie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he has had a statement, but I haven't actually seen what he said in it yet.
I mean, let's go to it right now.
Let's do it.
Let me also say this, because there's been a have you seen all the there's a bunch of like sort of memes of people asking who is going to be the next Late Late Show
host?
And like there's like talk it's going to be a woman, and then a bunch of people are like, oh, it could never be a woman.
I think a lot of people, because I think when Ryan Tubridy took over, he was the clear he'd been working towards that for years. He was the person that everybody knew was going to get it. And this time around, there just isn't a clear front runner. So it's got everybody a bit up in the air talking about it, and it's opening it up to debates and stuff. And I think the people who are saying it couldn't be a woman, the thing is, there just isn't somebody right there ready to take it. If there was a woman there,
why don't they give it to Al Porter and then just burn the building?
You know what? The thing is, until he fucked up, I think he was being groomed up for that.
Oh, is he? Isn't he? He's a sexual predator. Yes, of course. No, Al Porter is, of course, it's this very weird national broadcaster face of the network person that they really want. The CBC, which is the Canadian version of RTE, had a guy named Rick Mercer forever. And it's something they just want, like a simple, small, they want like a very calm, nice person who's like, seems like they're fascinated by the country, who kind of looks like Pinocchio come to life. You know what I mean? Like they're always just kind of like,
that's exactly it.
Ryan Tubridy, Al Porter, they both have this kind of like,
yes, they're puppets, and they have a certain look. They can wear those kind of proper presenter suits, and they can have just enough charisma and personality without kind of being uncontrollable.
Can I ask you a question? Why in the name of fuck would Ireland have in charge of RT a guy named D. Forbes? Can I just say this about Ireland? Sometimes you guys really lean into coming across like a bunch of people who operate a parking lot where you can buy tires. The RTE D, that sounds like he came with a dog and an explanation as to why you're going to pay him immediately. Okay.
I think his name is D. Forbes because it's there's definitely a joke in there somewhere about it being D4, because D4 is the postcode in Dublin that is very associated with kind of the wealth and the people who do get into the entertainment industry and do well, and that's the real posh. So if you have a D4 accent, you've got the real posh accent.
Oh, God damn it. Can I just say this, by the way? Once you get into the real divides in here's what having England as an overlord for any sort of Northern European country allows for the divisions and the I don't fucking like my neighborness to be sort of swept away. But now that the English have truly just become a slow power falling into the sea, you can see as where are you from? The north side. Why don't you go back to fucking babies? And it's like, where are you from? D4. I'd rather put acid in my ears than listen to that accent. And then you talk about Scotland, where are you from? Well, I'm from Morningside. This is Evening Side. I know it's 4 feet away from each other, but you can go fuck yourself. It's just so fucking petty.
It just comes from religious divide. But I mean, that's how the elite and the ruling classes in any society maintain control, is that they pit the lower classes against each other, and
which is why
that's why you get these divides from across. You would definitely be swearing an allegiance depending on what side of the street you walk down. Back in the day.
No, what's interesting actually is that while you say that, and I agree with it, in no way does the intense rise of anti-trans sentiment have anything to do with the failing Tory party in the UK. You know what? It's interesting what you said is that yes, that's true. Divides happen in Ireland. Doesn't happen in the UK that way in any way.
Doesn't happen in the UK. Not at all.
Can't prove it. Wrong button. That's what I wanted.
Screen. That's the sound of the smoke screen of the Tory government.
I gotta tell you, I'm looking forward to the Edinburgh Festival because I enjoy performing every day. I am not looking forward to having to know about the Tories. You know what I'm saying? Can we go back to like the 70s where people were just yelling like "fuck the Tories" and like? I like it that it's becoming back to like 1984 is a bit too on the nose. Not because it's not not because it's an inappropriate metaphor. It's just exactly perfect. Like that they're becoming this like Big Brother, but like a shitty, realistic Big Brother that doesn't really work and no one cares. Wild stuff. So, Ashley, the show is ending. What are you going to do with your spare 2 hours a week? Who are you going to talk about with all your butt spill? Oh, we'll do this on the 8th. Let's not do this on the 8th. Let's not do this now.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the 8th. I think, we'll talk about it on the 8th, I think, because I'd like to talk with Chris about it as well.
So you're off to work today. Where are we working?
I'll be working at the Stand for the Saturday night show.
Oh,
and that'll be a bit of fun. I actually can't remember.
Glasgow Stand?
Glasgow Stand is where I work. I do not work for the Edinburgh Stand. But I'm going to be in the Edinburgh Stand tomorrow night doing the Red Roll.
Ooh, on Sunday? They do their
Not tomorrow night. Monday night. It'll be tomorrow night for the episode.
That's right.
No,
pardon me.
Monday night.
Yes, that's right. No, Monday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I always find interesting about that Red Raw Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. God, I love that Red Raw run. You could come up from London and close those. Yeah. Oh boy, I really thought I was going to be all right and moving to the UK, doing that run, like finally actually like just getting to stay somewhere that isn't a bus station for the first few months. Oh, nothing is more irritating than moving somewhere new because it's just all so irritatingly new. Oh, what do I do? Oh, this.
How do I get to a shop to buy toilet roll? Like
exactly.
Yeah.
How much is the bus? This is so much. Yeah. Oh my God, have you ever taken a bus from Scotland to from Edinburgh to London before?
You know that I have.
It's so long.
It's so awful. I've taken the bus from Glasgow to London.
The night bus Manchester to London is the one that's always so long. It just
that's the one, Glasgow, Manchester, London. It's so long, and I slept on that and then went to the Czech embassy to get a criminal background check and then went back home. This happened in the time of the show.
I remember. Why did you need to go to the Czech embassy?
Because I was trying to be a teacher. I needed a criminal background check for everywhere I'd ever lived.
That's right. That brief time you went to teachers college.
I know.
God damn.
We've had like 9 lives within the time we've been doing this show.
So we've all had a lot of apartments.
We've had so many apartments. We've all had different life events and choices.
Not me. Nothing eventful's happened for me. He said while his shoulder still aches. And his divorce tattoo's still sore.
Tattoo?
That's right. I got a divorce tattoo on my dick. Open for business. No, absolutely not. Imagine getting a
I sort of reacted and then went, no, that's a lie.
Of course it's a lie. I mean, I want to get that now.
I kind of want you to get that.
I still think the funniest penis tattoo I ever saw was this guy had a fire truck tattooed on his hard dick. And when it went soft, it just said fuck. Not like perfectly, but like okay.
That's really grim.
He was a gutter punk, man. He was, if you think that's grim, like just the way that guy lived, he's probably dead. I gotta tell you, like, though there was I
would like to think that somebody who has made the choice to get fire truck / fuck tattooed on his dick is dead.
I remember, it was a friend of a friend. I was living in Montreal, and a friend of a friend had lived on rail cars, gone across the country on rail cars. Okay. I don't want to be rude to this person, but one of the worst daddy issues I've ever seen. If you were just a tall, slightly older man, this person would really go along with your plans. Anyway, so it was just all these gutter punks hanging out near my house. And I remember we went to this party. I met the fire truck guy, and he was actually pretty fun. But then I remember another guy came out of the bathroom and said, "Can you keep it down? We're doing heroin." And I was just like, I just went, "Sir, that doesn't affect the noise." And we left, and I was just very annoyed. But yeah, that was a weird portion of my life.
So how did you see it? Did he just whip it out, or was it like you were talking about it and you just said, I need to see that?
Fire truck tattooed on my dick. I don't think you do. Girl's voice. He does. I've seen it. He was out. Oh, and then I saw the fuck part, and then he stretched it. Yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, I don't think you have to understand, Ashley. You were a child in the 2000s. The 2000s was just a stupid, horrific time in human history because we were all mind-addled in the West or in like North America, mind-addled by 9/11 and then also consumerism to this weird level because there was a lot of money because as it turns out there were a bunch of housing bubbles that was just built on nothing and then it all just collapsed and all those people went away. There were so many douchebags with 2 phones in 2006 and they were just gone. It was great.
Wow.
Remember a guy told me that the Motorola Razr was the peak of human innovation? That guy is still a security guard at the mall near where I grew up. What's up?
That's upsetting.
I almost said his full name. I still kind of want to.
I could see that you might.
How many people do you run into from your past? Oh, because your parents don't live where you grew up now. But
I don't live where I grew up. No.
Oh my God, how are your parents in that fucking RV? Your poor
well,
father.
they get the house. They get the keys to the house very soon.
God.
But they're doing well. They're doing really, really well.
Are they?
Have you been following their adventures?
Certainly not. I've just been concerned for the idea of 2 baby boomers just alone in an RV somewhere in continental Europe.
Yeah.
They're not careful. They'll get recruited into Wagner.
They're doing relatively well, but they're very, very glad to be moving into a house soon.
I guarantee that there has been a moment where one of them thought, do I fucking kill him?
I feel like that happened a long time before they moved into a van.
It drives me. Like, I always find it fascinating when people are like, oh, my parents, like, what do I say? Like, I just don't understand why people ever don't divorce when they're like, oh, we thought about divorcing, but we're just together. What the fuck was that, Ashley?
What was what?
Don't you hear those men talking? You can hear it coming through your microphone. I think it just, is your window open?
I mean, the window's open, so it's probably just people talking on the street.
I can hear those streets of Glasgow. Oh, and it's sunny in Glasgow.
So I assume it's pretty nice and sunny, yeah.
I assume people are ready to fucking snap if it's nice and sunny in Scotland.
Yeah. There's like a bright tension.
Yeah, the UK, it's an interesting thing. It's the only place where when it's sunny, it doesn't feel healthy. You know what I mean? Like you're just like
it does for a while, and then after a while, it gets a bit hot and bothered.
It's 5 days. I have this has all been worked up. The entire United Kingdom has 5 days of sunny weather, and then it goes fucking bug nutty, and everyone goes crazy.
Yeah,
and it's because it's too hot. It's too hot, and so you can't get comfortable because nothing is designed for the heat. Even though I lived there for 6 years, and there was 5 of those summers. 2015, looking at you. What a fucking disaster that year was. No summer. Yeah. So rainy. Do you remember that no summer in 2015, actually?
I don't really remember the year 2015.
What?
It was the year I had my surgery. I was really, really upset. Is that a Star Trek mug?
It is a Star Trek mug. I had sex with a lady in a trench coat in 2015. I took MDMA on a first date.
You don't get to breeze past that. Now you have to tell the story of having sex with a lady in a trench coat.
There was a lady in a trench coat. There was a lady wearing a trench coat. She came over to my house, and we had sex. It's just more
nothing under the trench coat. She did that thing.
How you doing?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I got to tell you, pretty risky in London because of how breezy it is.
Yes, that's really risky.
Take an Uber. It was good stuff. Yeah, big year 2015.
Really fun.
Very fun year.
And what was the next thing in 2015 that you were going to say?
I took MDMA on a first date with the person I was on the date with.
John being single is quite wild.
Why? You got to have fun. Listen, it's one of those things where if you're going to get loose, let's get loose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I also had a moment in time. You can't, unfortunately, 2015 was kind of the final time you could really trust street drugs. I know as crazy as that sounds, but like this was pre a time where fentanyl was everywhere. So you could buy MDMA in a wine bar when you're on a first date with an Israeli person you met on Tinder. You know what I'm saying?
Christ. I mean, sure, I know what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying, but sure.
Actually,
I understand it insofar as the words are put together in a grammatical, sensical way. it's just not a world I've ever known.
Well, you've never been on a fun first date? This is why I think you need to
not really.
Why aren't you online dating, Ashley? And I
hate it.
Can I run your online dating platform for 1 month?
I'm not doing online dating.
I think you should. I think, why not? What are you against?
I cannot stand it. And I don't want to. It makes me sad. It makes me so sad.
It's so nothing I have had more fun doing that like a portion of my friends think is like less preferable than putting a hot poker next to their piss organs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I've had a lovely time there. You know what I'm saying?
It's awful. I criticize myself too much. I'm kind of like, am I not getting enough likes because I don't have the better pictures up? Or, I criticize myself too much. And then I realize that I'm not attracted to a social media profile. I get attracted to people when I talk to them and get to know them in person. And it just doesn't work for me. And the thing is, I have tried it a few times. I really, really dislike it. It's sad. It makes me sad.
Well, if you would like to end up having backdoor intercourse in the fundraising offices of either Durham, Cambridge, or Oxford University fundraising offices, never going to say which one it was. Maybe you want to do some online dating.
I don't know that that's on my bucket list, to be honest.
Wasn't on mine. Just glad it's there now, though.
And besides, I might be doing okay.
Oh?
No, I might have a date lined up.
No. With who? With the gentleman you didn't think was a date? Sure. I think that's who it was. It was the person you didn't think it was a date. Is he back in the picture?
No, not that one.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Who's this?
I don't know what's going on there.
Do I know this person? I think I do. That's why you're awkward. You're blushing. Ashley's blushing. Let's go to the Ashley blush cam. You don't know this person. I do, because you're blushing.
Okay, you do know this person, but I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Fucking yes. Oh. Au contraire, mon frere. Just because this program is ending does not mean...
What have I done?
No. Yeah, what have you done besides just... Okay, so... Well, yeah.
No, I'm not telling you.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? Why?
Because I shouldn't. And I shouldn't have said anything in the first place, and I'm trying to dig myself... Yeah, you probably know exactly who it is.
Now. I know exactly who it is. Everyone, you can mess... Because the show is coming to an end, by the way, I would like to announce... I will be answering all secret private chat questions. You can DM them to me, and I will be...
No, you won't.
At a moment of my choosing, I will open the door to the private chat and let fly like Pandora's box. No, I will not do that. Mostly because I don't remember any of the episodes we took. So the questions would be like on episode called like...
Yeah, and it'll just be like, I have no idea. I have listened back to episodes and gone, oh, I don't remember who that name was.
I've had people in the chat make like references to, oh, this and this. And I've either gone like, how the fuck do you know that? Or what are you talking about? And then they have to go like this. Something like a guess, like Will or Elliot was like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And he was on the stream, and I was like, "No memory, my friend." He's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. So this new person, are you not awkward about talking about them because they also have another partner, or is it a new situation? Oh my God, is it a love that dare not speak its name?
It's maybe all of the above.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who it is. And now allow me to do my celebratory dance.
You know nothing. This is a new sound effect.
It is not a new sound effect. It's just that it has this unnecessarily long rock theme, and I don't know why, but it's like, it's fun to do like a shoulder version of Morris dancing to it. You know what I mean? You gotta get the real shoulder boulder dance, the shoulder boulder dance. I mean, Ashley, you know what's nice about this program coming to an end is that from the sounds of it, your personal life is going to get to a real shouldn't be broadcast quality, and that's good.
Real shouldn't be broadcast quality.
Just in time for the Fringe Festival.
Yeah, and the problem is I told myself before this show, don't mention anything. Don't mention anything. Don't let on anything. And for some reason, I can't help myself when I talk to you guys.
Nothing's more fun in the run-up to the Edinburgh Festival. That's when your friends make their lives dramatic, and then you have to hear about it, and it's fun. Oh, it's fun because it takes your mind off your show that you're stressed about because your friends are having dramatic lives. I'm very excited to hear whatever is going to happen in this nonsense. So Ashley, I assume you've taken up with Ryan Taylor, the programmer of the Pleasance. Is that correct? Is that the right guess?
No.
Oh, Ashley, have you taken up with Eva McKay, the I believe owner of the Stand comedy clubs in Edinburgh? Is that who you've taken up with?
No.
Ashley, have you taken up with Karen Corrin, owner of the Gilded Balloon? Also, by the way, I don't know why, but I would really like if you and Karen could try and woo each other. I'd be very into watching that. I think it would be very violent, but beautiful. You know what I mean? But like sharks making love.
Oh my days, that's an image and a half. I don't think I want to dwell in this thought.
I just feel like it would be like suddenly just the sky would go red and you'd both have knives.
Yeah. Someone would die.
I think about there's a famous story that of Karen Corrin apparently making out with Stephen K. Amos that I don't know why I just want to see.
Should we be saying this on a podcast?
I mean, it happened in a public bar, and I don't care. Well, okay. What are either one of them going to do? Oh,
nothing. Nobody listens to this in their world, so
yeah, I'm bringing like. Also, like, if this is to be the phone go, hello, Johnny, Karen. I heard you telling stories about the Tyrese guy, Stephen K. Amos. And like, yeah, Karen, I was telling that story. And then she'd be like, I did it. Be fine. But apparently, like, it knocked over a table. Like, I don't know what had happened. It's madness. It was
that sounds like madness. Yeah.
It was in a library bar, and apparently someone was like, it was like a crazy Edinburgh night, and someone was like, you want to know what's even crazy? And they turned around and Stephen K. Amos and Karen Corrin were making out, and they were like, shit is getting crazy.
Oh my days.
Oh, for context, Stephen K. Amos is gay. The other thing if you didn't know that.
That's like a crucial part of that.
Yeah, that is the crucial part of that. Yeah. Ashley, have you ever made out with a gay man at the Edinburgh Festival?
It sounds like something I would do.
Interesting. Yeah. I have not been propositioned by a gay man. Actually, not at that comedy festival. Different comedy festival.
I was propositioned by somebody at a different comedy festival as well. I know who you were propositioned by.
I think I've told you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We're done. I gotta tell you, I like that this person where they've gotten to in life still will. Huh? No. All right. just
really. That's so fun. That's so fun.
I take it as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? I'm still keeping it tight. You got to keep it tight. You know what I mean? They are a discerning crowd. Speaking of keeping it tight, I'm currently wearing the most expensive shirt I've ever purchased. This cost me €100, and it's because it's a from the tour Crosby, Stills and Nash t-shirt from the 70s.
You paid £100 for that.
I paid €100 for it. It was a birthday present to myself. I love it.
Have you got plans for your birthday?
No. I never do. I'm not I'm going to a concert the night before with Milady.
That's a plan.
I'm going to probably hang out, maybe do a spot. I keep it chill. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them.
That's a plan.
Yeah. I'm just happy I'm not riding a fucking Greyhound bus solo, which I have done on my birthday before, or just have to trudge through 2 Edinburgh previews for a show that you're like, this isn't working yet. Those are things I've done on my birthday that I won't be doing this year. Good. I'm happy about it. July 10th is my birthday, yes, everyone.
I know.
I'm telling everyone else.
It's the day. Nope.
It's the day what, Ashley?
I was going to give away.
Yeah. No, you didn't need to put that in there. We over here have figured it all out. We over here were aware of that situation for the better part of a year because I have these and these and this. You know what I'm saying? And I want everyone to know no one is very good at hiding
and I
these
told
things. You do, yeah, but I was well aware well before because I am not, as they say en français, un petit pamplemousse papat, which is a tiny watermelon and then some gibberish I made up. It is my favorite thing in the world, though, by the way, and this is just a general comment, which is when there is some illicit flirting going on. Everyone involved always thinks they're being so subtle, and the best example
I never
of this,
did.
You never did, thank God. The best example of this ever was I had two flatmates who thought they were being so subtle because they were secretly sleeping with each other. And I literally, like, they were so bad at it. Like, one time I just saw one of them just stood for no reason in the middle of a hallway. And it's because he had got caught. He was coming out of one of the rooms headed to his room, and there was just no reason he would be in that portion of the house. Okay. And he just stood there and he's like, "Have you seen my keys?" And I was just like, no. And I was just
that's terrible.
I was just like in my head. And I remember when they finally told me, I was like, yeah, no shit, bro. No fucking shit.
Yeah. I've been upfront about it the whole time.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. I also, by the way, I hate when people delusional. People have those secret relationships. What I also hate about them is when they blow up in people's faces. Yeah. It always drives me crazy. They're like, it didn't make any sense. They wanted it to keep it a secret, and then when the secret came out, they got very uncomfortable. And I was like, yeah, man, because there might be more going on. This I don't think necessarily applies to your situation, but I'm talking about other situations where it's like, yeah, like what? It's always my favorite thing. Where it's like, I can't believe this person who was a bit sketchy. This is more of my thing for secret relationships, but I have a couple of sketchy dude friends that like to keep a lot of ladies on the hook, and I'm always very avert of like, lady friends.
Why do I feel like this person is one of them? Do I spell their name this way? I think I'm spelling it wrong, but
no. He that person is just way too good. Everyone's aware of what that man's up to.
Okay.
I have a friend. I'm not going to say his name.
I just feel like his name comes in.
He's incredibly private, but I'm very good friends with, and some of the people in the Troggies will know is one of the great UK shaggers. No, but he's overt. Listen, if you think that guy's going to settle down, go fuck yourself. Like, what are you even thinking about? No, I have another friend who friends of mine who be like, oh, what's he like? And I'm like, he is a bounder. Please feel free to have your pussy lapped by him, but do not think it's going to be a permanent thing. And they always are like, John,
I can change him
every time. And one person I said,
I pride myself on not being that delusional.
I have said, do you know the amount of times I have said that that person? That applied to this person, and one person went, yeah, but those were different. It's not dealing with me. And I went, let's see how this goes. Oh, the best. And then that person was angry at me that I didn't warn them better. How could you not? And it's just like, oh, come on, guys. Come on. Ashley, what? Who was on at the stand Glasgow?
I actually do not know.
Bring it up.
I'll bring it up.
Have you worked with Raymond Mearns recently?
He was on last time I was working.
How the fuck is that alcoholic?
It was a good show. It went well.
Okay, so Raymond Mearns, for those who don't know, is an old school Scottish comedian. His ex-wife and current girlfriend look almost identical, and you just can't not know that. I got to tell you, it's a fact that exactly correct. As soon as you know that, you're just like, also, he's obsessed with the guitar, but does stand-up comedy, and just a big old alcoholic. Nice man, but oh boy.
Tonight's lineup: Susan Morrison, Sasha Lowe, Daniel Downey, Joe Heenan, and Chris Forbes.
Joe Heenan! Holy fuck, there's a blast from the past name. How's that fucking father of two? For those of you who don't know Joe Heenan, he has an excellent Twitter account and also is possibly the fastest smoker I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen anything like this. So he didn't want to sit outside and have a cigarette. He would come outside and he would take like and put it out. Like, it was the grossest thing he would smoke like cigarettes in halves. Oh my God. That was clearly a guy who was like, I think this guy did a lot of, like, I have no idea if this is true, but that came across like you did coke a lot in the 90s or something. Like, it was like a real, just like, I need the taste. Joe Heenan quality. Susan Morrison. But there is a Susan Murray as well. Is that correct?
I don't know. I've never heard of a Susan Murray.
Okay, I think Susan Morrison's last name is Susan Murray. I think
I think that might be it.
Yeah. I don't know who Susan Morrison is, and is she any good?
I don't know her very well.
Understood, Ashley. Understood with that pause.
I've only seen her once, and it was a few years ago, and I don't really remember, so I don't actually know.
Follow-up question about Scottish comedy. Is Fred Macaulay still got very long, bald man hair?
No.
Damn it.
Ish.
Oh.
It's mostly bald now, but he always wears a hat. I don't like him.
Really? I love him. I love Fred Macaulay. What do you not like about I love that man. I just bring it on. What is it?
I don't really want to get too into it because now I've said his name and everything. There's no story. I just don't really like his comedy that much.
Oh, well, that's fine. You're allowed not to like a gentleman's comedy. I gotta tell you, he's a top ace human being. Been very nice to my mum was Fred Macaulay.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right, though. Yeah, I can see him being very polite to older women.
I just think he's an ace guy. Bought me a sandwich once. Yeah, just good chats. He was nice. He was nice to a lonely old John Hastings in the early days of the UK, and also he put me on his radio show a couple of times, which really helped with the old pocketbooks. So yeah, no, I can't say a bad thing about old Freddie Macaulay.
Fair enough.
Also, he won't let me buy him a beer, which I always found very. He was on the radio for years. He was just one of those guys. But just eventually, I'd be like, Fred, I got a couple of bucks. Let me just buy you one pint, you bald prick. Wouldn't let it happen.
Well, he's got morals, it would seem.
I want to go bald. I've been thinking about this, actually. I'm waiting for when this hair up top here finally gives up the ghost here. Yeah. Because what's interesting is these sides, if anything, have thickened. The top.
They've got quite a voluptuous quality.
So here's what my plan is when this finally goes, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna grow this out.
No, please don't. No, John, don't. No.
I'm gonna rose
look like Sideshow Bob.
I know, and then I'm gonna wear a baseball cap over top, like just sort of pop.
No, not Sideshow Bob. Krusty's the baldy one.
Either way, Krusty, yeah, he's a millionaire and successful. Ashley. That's what's holding me back.
Don't grow your hair out. It's creepy.
Says you. I think it's going to be delightful. So Ashley, we're going to be heading into Wednesday. We are going to be without Chris. We are without. Oh, and by the way, the other big announcement is Chris Betts has leukemia. Yeah. Unfortunately, he is suffering from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Say that.
I can and I will. He's not the best at excuses as Chris, but he is called in with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma this week. Will he be back on Wednesday?
That's this week's excuse.
No.
Wednesday he will have
bladder cancer.
Yeah.
On Wednesday he is called in with bladder cancer. And but we expect him to be back on July 8th when his bladder cancer and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
We have another week's shows to do.
Oh, that's right. So who knows what Chris will get next week? Maybe he'll get some sort.
We'll see if he's here next week.
Do you think he's going to get a blood infection, Ashley?
See you on Wednesday.
Ashley, the show's not over yet. We still have a minute. And
I know we still have a minute. Seconds. What do you want to talk about in the minute?
I want you to answer the question. Have you ever had a blood infection?
No.
Neither have I. Although I have
blood infection is kind of just like death quite quickly.
Is that right?
Blood infection's real. Like you don't fuck about with that sort of thing.
I know.
You need like a full infusion.
I know,
or not infusion, dialysis and stuff. I think
Paul Byrne once got an infected vein, and he just isn't that a nightmare? Isn't that a nightmare? Doesn't that stay with you forever? Just the scent. Yeah. You're just like,
oh no.
It is.
I can't. No.
We have 30 seconds left. I'm going to describe to you how he described the pain, and then we will end the episode.
I don't know. I'm turning it off. I don't want to know.
No, you will not. You will not. You will not. You will
I
not.
can't hear you. You can describe it, but I can't hear you.
He described it as it felt
they're
like
here. I can't hear you.
It felt like having an elastic band.
I can't hear it.
One of those worn these elastic bands inside his arm, and every time he bent, it felt like it was about to
like
snap.
These arm movements. I don't like the arm movements at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on Wednesday. Oh my God, we didn't even fucking start the
Have you stopped talking about it?
Oh
no, the Canadians are coming.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
See you Wednesday, everybody.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. That's all.